What is up, Disney nerds? Today, I just got finished watching Season 1 of Twisted Metal, and I'll be honest, never played the game once in my life. I heard great things about this TV show, and the trailers just looked entertaining. As Sweet Tooth as a character I've always seen, and just was always interested in the backstory, so I figured I would watch it, and I gotta say, I liked it. But let's jump right into this review. So starting off, like I said, I never played the games once in my life. I never owned a PlayStation. I was always an Xbox person growing up, or a Nintendo person. So I never really played Twisted Metal, but I knew who Sweet Tooth was. And that's what I kept seeing for this, like, branding or, I guess, like, promotions for this TV show. It was always just Sweet Tooth the Clown. I mean, I was very interested in it from the start, and it just looked very, like, I don't know, just interesting. So I watched it, and I gotta say, it was really good. It's definitely a very cheesy TV show. It reminds me a lot of The Last of Us, but mixed with, like, I don't know, like, just, like, it's like The Last of Us, but more funnier and campier and a bit more, like, violent, I guess. And, like, The Last of Us could be very violent and very dark, but this TV show is definitely way more, like, bloodier in a way. It reminds me of Renfield, kind of, where it has that gore, but it's very funny. Like, it's the most cheesiest thing I think I've ever seen, and I gotta say, I liked it. From episode 1, we get introduced to John Doe and Quiet, and right off, those two characters were a bit boring, I will say. Like, Anthony Mackie's character was great, John Doe, but, like, I was just, like, I don't know, I wasn't really caring about their characters, but way through the season, I grew to love them. They were great characters, but I will say the person who stole the show was Sweet Tooth the Clown. His character, Samoa Joe, but voiced by Will Arnett, which is crazy in my opinion, but I loved it. Amazing character. Sweet Tooth was just... he was the best character of the TV show, by far. He was kind of like an anti-hero, because I thought he was going to be like the main villain, and actually that goes to Agent Stone, which is actually the same guy who played Sandman in Spider-Man 3, which was pretty cool. That was a surprise to me, and I will say the world building in this TV show is amazing. Like, just the whole apocalyptic scenes and seeing that major cities put, like, walls all above the cities and stuff. Basically, the whole show is just John Doe, Anthony Mackie's character, and Quiet going to Chicago. That way, John Doe can basically live in San Francisco. And I thought the premise was really cool, but I was getting, like, I thought it was going to get boring after a while, and it gets actually very entertaining. Each episode, you see a new character, which I thought was really cool. We don't even really see Sweet Tooth until, like, episode 2, which episode 2 was one of my favorite episodes because it just was the whole Sweet Tooth story, and Sweet Tooth, whenever he came on the screen, was amazing. Then we see Agent Stone's character, and his backstory was great. Basically, he was just a mall cop, and now he's basically running the whole world somehow, like America. And then, of course, we see Granny, which I had no clue who that was, and, like, a bunch of those characters, which was, like, kind of like a small little group of, like, motorcyclists or something. I'm not quite sure, but it was fun. And then we see, like, these church group people, which are probably the craziest group within this. I would say more crazier than Sweet Tooth. And Sweet Tooth, as a character, was basically like if you take Deadpool and Pennywise mixed together at, like, but, like, just insane, I guess. Like, and I was all for it. And then, like, there was just chaos, absolute chaos throughout the whole show. Basically, John Doe and quiet, getting into all crazy situations, and their relationship, the character building and the world building, and basically like the character development in the show is great in my opinion. There are a lot of jokes in this show that just don't land with me, but I will say the show kept my interest, and there were a lot of jokes that were funny, and just like the character development was great. Another thing is this video game is basically like a battle royale with cars, and there wasn't a lot of car like fight scenes or anything until the finale, and when we got to that car battle, that was the best thing ever. That was amazing. You had every single character that we've met in each episode basically fighting in this giant arena. And basically then John Doe goes back to San Francisco and, you know, all that jazz. And it honestly gets me really excited for season 2, what they're going to be doing, because we see Raven, which is the girl from Scream. I'm not quite sure what her name was. And she basically tells John Doe, I want you to participate in this big arena battle thing, which is basically what the video game is. Like, it's like a bracket of like tournaments and battle royale style, kind of like a Mortal Kombat thing or Smash Bros, but like a tournament, and that's what's really cool. And we see like each character is plastered on there, so it's gonna be like, that's what I'm really excited for season 2. I want more Sweet Tooth for sure, because he's only in this show, I would say, for like 4 episodes or 3 episodes, and it's a 10-episode series, and they're only 30 minutes each, which great. I love that. I literally binge watched it all in one night, so it was very fun. I will definitely say I want more Sweet Tooth, and this show is definitely great because it is rated R, and if it wasn't, it wouldn't be funny. It wouldn't be good. The rated R rating is definitely what makes this show for me, because that's what makes it entertaining for sure, especially with Sweet Tooth as a character. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Can't wait for season 2. What do you guys think on this show? Let me know in the comments below. With that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. This is it out. Peace.